everyone here, and in particular our military members and your families for the service and the dedication that you have shown. So today, we are 110 days out from the election. And while many of us have been involved with these elections for every 4 years practically, nearly every time we will say, this is the one. Well, this here is the one. The most existential, consequential, and important election of our lifetime. And there is so much at stake. Last night was the latest example. So some of you may have heard Donald Trump's running mate deliver remarks at the Republican National Convention. He talked about his life story about growing up in Southwest Ohio, and it was compelling. It's a compelling story. And it was not the full story. Frankly, what is very telling is what he did not talk about on that stage. He did not talk about Project 2025, their 900-page blueprint for a second Trump term. He did not talk about it because their plans are extreme and they are divisive. In recent days, they've been trying to portray themselves as the party of unity. But here's the thing. If you claim to stand for unity, you need to do more than just use the word. You cannot claim you stand for unity if you are pushing an agenda that deprives whole groups of Americans of basic freedoms, opportunity, and dignity. Whole groups of Americans of basic you cannot claim you stand for unity if you are intent on taking reproductive freedoms from the people of America and the women of America. If you are intent on taking reproductive freedoms from the people of America and the women of America, IVF and contraception, as your plan calls for, you cannot claim to be for unity if you try to overturn a free and fair election and threaten to terminate the United States Constitution. And you cannot claim to be for unity when your entire economic agenda is designed to prioritize billionaires and big corporations over the middle class. Economic agenda is designed to prioritize billionaires and big corporations over the middle class. Watching what you're doing to hear what you're saying. And let us unpack that last point about the economy. This race can be boiled down to a single question. Who fights for you? Now, we know whose side our president, Joe Biden, is on. He grew up in a middle-class family in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and he has never forgotten where he came from. And I have been a firsthand witness. With every decision he makes in the Oval Office, he thinks about how it will impact working Americans. He understands everyday struggles because he has actually lived them. So friends, I say the contrast between Joe Biden and Donald Trump is like night and day. But with the selection of his running mate this week, Donald Trump is also trying to distract people. He wants to direct attention away from his record and his Project 2025 plan to suggest that he and his running mate are going to prioritize the middle class. But we are not buying it. We are not falling for the okie doke. As As many of you know, I am a former prosecutor. So I say, let's look at the facts, shall we?
This race can be boiled down to a single question.
So Biden dropping out today is that he doesn't know that he's already dropped out and that he won't remember it because Joe Biden has a horrible disease. Biden ended his re-election campaign on Sunday after fellow Democrats lost faith in his mental ability to beat Donald Trump, while endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris.
And I would have been a personal